Hey, right here.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. This is perfect. All right, everybody. Welcome back to the best hour of their day. I'm turning this down. Hold on. So this is.
Oh, perfect. We got sponsorship opportunities going on right now.
This is the moment everybody's been waiting for.
The whole reason I'm a part of this project is for this event right here.
This is the moment everybody's been waiting for.
Pre-workout right now.
You're clipping like crazy.
What's that?
These are clipping like crazy.
I know, but
up to you if you want to turn down. But
I'm gonna turn down a little bit.
Yeah.
Are you starting, or is this a practice?
Is this on, or is this not?
I can.
Oh God.
Bring it up to your mouth.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's on. Yeah. It's on.
Oh, that looks smooth, Jay.
Here we go.
Oh, this is gonna be easy.
48.
Oh, this is gonna be easy.
So yeah.
Look at him. Did you see him look at me like that?
We are definitely going to witness Mr. Jason Ackerman attempt 50 back squats at 185. Yeah, no, we're recording right now, my friend. Yeah. Yeah, he wants to say something. Go ahead.
Are you live?
We're not live. That's not how this works. I don't know how you.
What podcast is this?
Huh?
What podcast is this?
Bring it up closer so we can hear you.
All right.
All right. How do you feel right now?
I feel terrible. I don't want to do this.
But you're warmed up. We did bottom to bottom squats.
Yes, I'm warmed up from doing bottom to bottom squats, trying to win.
How many rounds did you get in bottom to bottom squats?
My lowest score was 15. I was hitting 20 for 4 rounds.
Yeah, but that's not how that. We don't care. Yeah. That's not how. Low score.
My score is 15.
Yeah. Yeah. One time I held 20.
No one can hear Todd making fun of me.
So.
Off there.
Now, how confident are you on a scale of 1 to 10 that this is going to happen? By the way, we're going to color commentary this attempt.
I have no doubt there will be a lot.
I'll give you my number. It's a 2 and 2.4.
That's all you have on this, Cassidy?
Sorry.
Who thinks he can do it? Let's go around. Can you do it?
Thank you, Joe Maisley.
Okay, we got 1-4.
Joe Maisley is a true.
Joe Maisley's
He's
no.
Pat Barber hasn't been significant since every second counts.
My opinion's never been significant. That's beside the point.
Great documentary, though. It's good. I appreciated you on there.
What do we got? You think you can do it?
Rob.
5-0.
Unbroken.
No.
Do you think it's better if you go longer? Does that make it easier?
So Rob Lawson is a no. Rob Lawson's a no. Pat Barber is a no.
What was yours?
It's a hard no.
Connor Murphy's got my back.
Where's Connor? Oh, he's working out.
Connor
Hollis.
Murphy.
All right, Hollis Malloy, right? Long time. What do you think?
I'm gonna give Todd back my headset.
Yeah. Do you think Ackerman can hit 50 back squats at 185? 50 back squats at 185.
Unbroken.
Jay.
He's feeding off of it right now. He's feeding off of it.
Haydock, if he wasn't in the middle of teaching lessons over there, he was.
No, he's over there. He's geared up and everything, dude.
What exactly are we waiting for right now?
I think we're just waiting for Jay.
Jay, are we?
We're recording.
We're live, actually.
Yeah.
We're live. We're making this happen.
All right, so just for context,
when you did that, and then how much you were training back then?
It's like 2 years ago.
Okay, so 2 years ago he did a heavy back squat. So just for reference, we are at the Trainer Summit in San Diego, and we've been kind of working on professional development all day. There's a ton of people working out. The really good part is that there's so many people are going to get to witness this. Good or bad?
No.
Yeah, I think you've got a chance.
Do you guys want to make bets on where he fails? Like what
Okay.
number?
So
let's make bets on where he fails.
Okay. All right. So I'm gonna go 27.
Wow.
27?
I think
27.
32.
I was gonna go with 41.
41?
Dude, I think if you get to 41,
27.
my money goes
No,
to
I-
him doing it.
You think so?
If he gets to 41, I think.
If he gets to 41, he needs that needs to happen.
I'm gonna go low ball. So I'm gonna say 24.
Oh yeah, like
24?
So 24 is he's gonna fail at 24.
But if it gets really
I mean,
hard
I did lowball him. I think he's gonna do more than 27. I think he's gonna get north of 40.
He's gonna go somewhere between like 37, 45.
I
You're
think
right,
that's my
he
range.
does get to rest there.
41.
Yeah.
So he might go higher.
I mean, is it rest though?
There's no, everybody keeps asking if there's a time limit. Like it gets better the longer you wait. That is not the case.
I don't know his capacity. So.
Not much.
Right.
That's where it's at.
Yes. Yeah.
That's a completely different bet. Still a completely different bet.
Not the same thing.
Not even close to the same thing.
All right, man. Are you ready?
We know this is possible.
Here we go.
It's just maybe not possible for him.
I think he's ready.
Yeah. It's a different animal.
I've never seen.
All right,
Jay.
So here's
Come
what's
on,
happening.
Jay.
He is going to get an assistance getting the bar off of the floor, just so that we all know.
We got video
Can he
footage
clean
of
that?
this.
We do have video footage.
Can he clean that?
Depends on the day. There's one.
Yep.
Oh, he looks strong right now.
If he forgets to breathe, it's going way down.
Yeah, breathe, Jay. I'm surprised he's
Joe
not belted
Maisley.
up.
Joe Maisley is the judge. So Joe Maisley has judged at the games. I think he's prepared for this.
Oh, dude. Look at the determination.
This is solid.
He does look angry.
I do appreciate his willingness to go here. Like, the heart
This is a lot.
is there.
This is a lot.
This is a lot. Like, this is...
To put yourself out there like
I
this.
probably pushed it a little too hard today, but we've been talking about it for no less than 6 months. So at this point...
You just did a long pause there.
He did. I mean, that
Yeah,
was a
that
lot
was
longer
long.
than...
We discussed doing it in front of everybody.
But I feel like
Did
that
open it
too
up,
much.
open the weekend up.
I mean, what are the potential injuries here? Like, in all honesty, like, say... Like,
Nothing.
You think he could just fold?
Mi-
Like, get to a place where, like, his whole body just...
He misses over the front. Watch the computer here because the barbell's coming
Yeah,
forward.
Well, so for anybody that's not done like a super high volume set like this, like I don't know what you think, Pat, but anytime I've done this, my legs are not the issue. My midline just turns into a noodle.
Right.
Like I
Yes.
just can't support.
But starting, what is today? Today's Tuesday. Starting Thursday, his ability to walk and function
Is going to be
deep
rough.
Oh, man.
Where's he at? 20?
22.
22?
20.
we're
Okay,
at
so
20.
we're 30
He
away.
still
There's a
looks
pretty good pause.
He looks pretty good. He's
Channeling
channeling,
it.
he's
Channeling it.
channeling his inner.
It can all be over right now, Jay. All you got to do is just let that thing slide right down your back if you want to.
I'll be honest with you. I kind of
He's looking strong.
I kind of
Dude,
want
he's
him
halfway.
to succeed.
I mean,
halfway now.
of course, want him to succeed.
I do.
Of course, yeah, that's what we're here for.
I mean, there's a little part of me that wants him to fail too.
I
though.
kind of want him to get to 49. Like, I think that would be the great.
I
forgot
said,
to introduce who's on the podcast. So Pat Barber, Cassidy Walensky, myself, and Todd are on the podcast right now. There's a lot of other people. So Adrian Conway's here. Joe Maisley's judging. There's Rob Lawson's here. There's a good crew here watching this go down.
Dude, he uses his valgus real well. I mean,
it's
he's
way better
utilized-
than it used to be.
I'm pretty sure I've heard that argument of how much torque you get from the hip when it caves. So I'm like,
There's
Is
30.
Is it better?
That's
He's
stronger,
30?
right?
he just hit 30. He's moving pretty good. I
he's
think
moving
that
great.
if he
This is
touches
gonna happen.
40,
This is gonna happen.
dude, I am
This is gonna
Dude.
happen. Yeah.
Jay. I'm not going to talk any trash about you for
At least
So
a week.
long.
at least a week
least
if
a
we do this. At least a week. I think he's got it.
If he gets to 40, this is a done deal.
I
Done
wouldn't
deal.
go that far.
I mean,
He's
Come on,
right
Jay.
there. So,
come on, Jay.
yeah, Jay, come
Atta
on,
boy.
buddy.
Dude, he's moving at a good speed right
Yeah,
here.
boy. So he's at 38, 39.
Oh, my God.
Oh, 4-0.
Dude, he's
40.
at 40.
He's got it, dude.
Dude,
This
he's
is-
doing
this is a
really
ball
good.
game. This is a ball game.
You're doing good, Jay.
40. Come on,
I've
dude.
also got to admit that Jay beat me in the Open this week as well. So this may be the tide's changing
he
this
finished.
year.
He finished.
He finished the workout. I
He
did
also
not.
finished the workout.
Yeah, yeah.
I did not finish the
Yeah,
workout.
I did not either.
And then one for good luck.
Come on, Jay.
Come on, bud.
Just put it in my face. Give me
Got 6 more.
75.
5. He's got
Oh,
5 more.
come on, Jay.
Jay, you got to give it, buddy. Come on, buddy.
Come on, dude.
You're doing good,
You're
man. Come on.
You got
Last
5
couple.
reps left. Yeah, that a boy.
Oh, Jay. Yes, sir.
Come on.
2.
3.
Come on, Jay.
dude. You got 3 reps left.
Come on,
dude.
Jay.
5-0, big guy.
Come on, Jay. Oh. Yes,
It's gonna
sir.
be FNX. That's your next. That's your next.
No way.
I did not think he could do that.
Oh,
He looked
that
way
was-
better than I thought.
I am so
He
proud.
just earned himself a sponsorship as well.
He's
That
amazing.
was amazing.
I think Conway said he's going to be an FNX athlete.
Yes.
wow.
Dude.
Well done.
I mean,
well
that was-
done. That was good, dude. That was good.
Oh, my. He's so fucked right now?
Yeah. All right, come over. All right, come put these on. Put these on.
Hey, no.
Here you go. All right, you got to talk us through
I
that.
can't
Yeah.
breathe yet.
Listen, I'm
How long did anybody time that? Did you
that
happen
was
to
that
time
was probably north of like yeah, it's
It's on
probably
video, so we'll find out.
It was that was pretty quick,
it's probably
man.
it's probably 4 or 5 minutes.
Everything about that was better than I expected it to be. He just he did 50. Oh, he got all
5-0.
50.
5-0.
51.
Oh, you did 51?
Yeah.
Listen.
That one was for Maisley. Because he believed in me. We interned together.
Listen.
We interned together back in the day. Never forget.
Adrian said he's got a spot for you in the team.
I got a sponsorship now. Opportunity.
FNX, dude.
I earned it. Team FNX. Brute strength got me there.
All right, I need you to be super honest. Talk us through it. At any point where you're like, I don't know.
How were the first 10?
A little bit around 35.
Yeah.
You started to question it?
Around 35, I was like, 15's not a lot, but I was tired.
Well,
I'm surprised you guys didn't make fun of me, but maybe you did. Nah. But I was purposely like around the middle, so long as I was getting depth, I was coming onto my toes a little bit and then almost lifting with my chest, and it helped. It like took it off my legs, so it kind of helped a little bit.
Like almost like a more of a low bar or back squat position a little bit?
And I didn't want to go too low bar because then I was worried it would fall off.
Yeah.
But it helped. So my game plan was I knew if I can get to 20 that I could make it.
Yeah?
Really?
I was like, if I get to 20, that's a huge chunk. I could do a set of 30. And Maisley, Joe Maisley, firefighter from Boston.
Somebody wipe the tears away from his eyes right now. He believed in me. He believed in me. He was the only one, and he's the one that got me through it.
And Connor Murphy believed in me.
Connor Murphy did it too. Yeah.
Did you have it like in your head? He does not look like he's doing well right now.
Blowing up.
He was pale before he started though.
I just wanted to get it over with. I knew waiting
doesn't get better.
Yeah.
How were you counting in your head? Were you doing fives?
At first, I wanted to get 10, then 20. And then I wanted to get to 10, but I was stopping prematurely. But I knew to get to 10. Like, I would get 6, I think, and then just get a couple more. It was like a mix of I didn't want to leave it on my back too long.
Oh, yeah.
But at the same time,
it's terrible. That's
it
the
was
worst
letting
part.
me recover a little bit. So I think it's just the way my body works.
Listen, we're going to get this on recording. Like, I'm proud of you.
I am too, dude.
I'm proud of you.
I'm very impressed.
And we both admitted that you beat us both in the Open this week.
Oh, man.
This
I
is a
got
big
to
week
actually
for you.
listen to this episode.
So physically, you're superior
You know
than us
what I
right
think
now.
it is it's the hair. You've cut the hair off, and that's given
It's
you
the
strength.
reverse of Samson.
Yeah. It's the
I got the reverse.
It's the reverse.
See, here's the if you're painting a picture of me. I'm not very fit or athletic, but mentally I think I could do some things that I shouldn't be able to do.
You're like Rudy.
I mean, back when you told me you were making it to the games in the first year of Masters, I knew mentally you thought you could do some things that clearly you can't do.
Not so much fitness, but like stupid challenges like that.
Yes.
So I knew I could mentally just push. Or even like the Open, for example, when it didn't take any skill, I knew I can go.
Oh, that's great.
But I'm really glad I did it.
I'm gonna be very honest with you. When you did the first warm-up set, I was really concerned.
It got better. The first warm-up set, I just had to. The Tabata squats were.
Well, going
hurting.
back to Todd's, the way Todd likes to describe you as the most flexible and inflexible person he's ever known.
The most flexible, shitty mover.
Most flexible, shitty mover.
Well, you guys had a whole debate last night about somebody.
Your
depth, movement's gotten better.
Your
I
depth,
will say that.
Your depth got better as you went through those as well.
I just had to balance.
Yeah.
Jenny actually gave me a compliment this weekend, right, Katie?
That's the best walk you've seen you do.
Katie Powell's over there. And, Jenny said my front. But I don't really – the only thing I do to move better is try to move better.
Wow.
Pretty simple.
That was profound.
That was profound.
That's what I'm saying.
Hey, guys, check out this drill.
That's what I'm saying. My point.
I'm going to use that cue. Hey, guys, guess what?
That reminds me of the time he told us about the goblet squat like we'd never heard of that before. Dude, I do this thing. It's helped my squat a ton.
I just hold the kettlebell in front of me and then I just
push
do a
it out.
squat.
But as I go down, I push it out.
My point is, a lot of people overthink what they need to do. They stretch. They do this. Just try to move better in every workout you do, and eventually it'll catch up. And
how long did it take you to come up to that, for that to shine a light on you? Because you used to sit and stretch.
I still do, in fairness, I still do 15 or 20 minutes of just easy stretching at the end of the day, but it's more about just hitting the right range of motion on every movement, and you'll get better. Super simple.
Practice
you mean
makes
these
perfect.
Functional movements increase your range of motion?
Yeah. It's pretty.
You don't need to do a lot of volume to move better. Is that what you're saying?
So Katie's asking, do I? I'm saying you don't.
Throw those on real quick, Katie.
Cassidy's not talking over there.
Cassidy's still recovering from the 1 million burpees he did just now during the hazing that happens at the seminar.
Katie, what I was saying, I wasn't necessarily equating it to volume, but I'm just saying in any given workout.
Well, what was your question? Ask the question again.
My question was, and it was a little bit of a rhetorical question. Better?
Yeah.
In that moving better doesn't mean you just have to do more shit, right? Like I need to work out more, I need to do more things, and then I will move better. If you are intentional with your movement, you move better, then that will lead to you being able to have more fitness, right?
Absolutely. And not only that, if you move better, like you just said, you will accidentally become fitter because your times will go down and your weights will go up.
Right, you're just more efficient.
Yeah, and I mean, one of the first times I actually truly realized it was I was doing a lot of kettlebell swings, and I noticed when I really put it overhead well, my shoulders got more flexible in time. And that's what really, this is years ago. It took me a while to actually acclimate to that and do it myself. But that's when I started to realize it. And yeah, I mean, I don't know why we're talking about all this. Should we be celebrating my victory?
I think we should. What do you want? Sushi?
What do you want for victory?
You definitely want sushi.
Well, I mean,
Sparkling
honestly, I would like just Todd to say a few nice things about me.
I think that's fair.
We did already.
Those sweatpants look
No,
really good on you.
I want it to be.
I feel like
I want
it
it
was
to be
good.
more genuine. I want Todd to be vulnerable. Because we talked at the training summit. We talked about leadership. You know, Todd, what was your weakness?
I can't remember.
I think it was.
I don't
What was it,
think it was.
Katie?
You remember what Todd's weakness was?
Compassion was
Oh.
it?
It was allowing himself to be vulnerable and what was it? Something about admitting when you need other people's help or input and being open to that and being more vulnerable to that. That's what you said,
if
right?
you need my help on your
Not
back squats, I
necessarily.
could certainly chip in there. But
The word vulnerable is
he
definitely
was,
in there.
yeah, and I feel like what an opportune time for Todd to level up.
I
in
have.
his
I've
life.
complimented you since we've done this. You did fantastic. You
Thank-
moved well. You completed it. I think you had an extra 20 reps in there.
I could have
if you really
gone
wanna.
before that hurt, like to beyond the pain cave. I would have had to do another
20?
15 to 20, like,
Yeah, I think
and
you
that
got
would have
that
been
in
like, I'm useless for a week. I'll be
You're-
a little sore tomorrow, but I'll be all right.
Sometime-
You're going to be useless at the end of this week.
Yeah, your legs
That's
are
just
done.
gonna be from partying with Cassidy.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Jay, you're going to be in bed at 8 o'clock the next 2
Hopefully,
nights.
hopefully.
Yeah, so Joe Maisley asked Jay what he weighs.
At back home, I'm usually like 142
I was going
pretty
to say
regularly.
145, yeah.
I was probably a little heavier on the road right now, but usually I'm happy between around 142.
So that was
What's percentage? That's 115%?
176, right? So
I don't know what math he just did.
No.
So 23, 123, right? Is that what that is? 123% of your weight? Yeah.
Right, so one body weight and a quarter.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I say. About 100, about a quarter plus your
If
body
you were
weight.
judging that simply on form, what would you?
You moved well.
No, dude, it was good. It was a good set.
You're,
Yeah.
You couldn't tell when I was going on my toes almost on purpose.
I mean, you can tell, but
No,
it's a
your
set of
knees,
50 back squats.
Yeah.
Is that on film somewhere?
Oh yeah.
Whole thing.
All right, we got the whole thing.
whole thing.
So this will go up tomorrow. Let's set this up for tomorrow's episode.
I'll get it to you.
So we're recording it on Tuesday. It'll
Yep.
be Wednesday's episode.
Yep.
We'll get the video up on YouTube.
Probably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that on Cassidy's phone?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think going with that conversation about just simple is better, right? So we did just so everybody knows, we come to the Trainer Summit. It's now a every 2-year thing, and all of us are practicing all the things we do that we teach at the level 1, level 2. And then you were a lead trainer for one of them.
Yep.
And then did you do an evaluation, or you did you were led one of them? So.
By the way, I'm just telling you, you know that feeling of like, I wouldn't call it ecstasy, but when you're like, you've accomplished something and you don't have to worry about it anymore.
Oh, yeah.
That's
just
what I'm
relief.
having.
It's a relief
right
too,
now,
right?
Yeah. Like, it would have felt good had I given it an effort regardless, but having finished it now, you feel like, I think everyone needs that in life. Like, I think more people need to challenge themselves. Something silly, even if it's just 50 back squats.
I think it was just looming over your head and you just want to get it over
yeah,
with.
like I heard, I listened to the Joe Rogan podcast, so we'll get back to your question.
Yeah.
But people were asking, like, how he stays so humble, being so, like, rich and famous, and he said he goes to jiu-jitsu and gets his ass kicked.
Yeah.
And I think this is part of it, whether or not I was successful, just challenging yourself and giving you something to work towards like more people need those little goals. This is something silly between friends, but everybody can set that up at their box or at home.
I think that's one of the biggest things I've learned from CrossFit in general. And if you're listening to this, I'm assuming that you do CrossFit. And if you haven't learned that lesson in CrossFit, like, you're either cherry picking your workouts or you're not putting yourself out there. Because in life, typically like to do things I was good at. And if I wasn't good at it, I didn't do it. And CrossFit makes you learn to be okay with failing, because inevitably you're going to get your ass kicked at something, and learn how to appreciate the effort you put forth. And so I think that's kind of what you're saying. Yes, I get what you're saying. You put a challenge out there that pushed you to do something. But just in general, like, being satisfied for accomplishing something that you put a good effort into isn't necessarily as big as, like, the total outcome of this thing. And that happens if you go hard every day in a workout. That's why I love the Open, too.
That was exactly what I was thinking. Like,
the Open's great, not because I'm any good, but because I've figured out how to go hard each time and not, like, give up on myself.
Speaking of that, what was your time on the Open?
14:45.
That was well done, man.
Squeaked it in. Well, what'd you get, Todd?
Dude, 170 reps.
We tied. I also got 170.
So, had I just, Todd and I recorded the episode last week about the Open, and I think that's why it's important. But even had I not won or not finished, there's something about that relief of finishing, and I think that relief comes from knowing you're about to do something you truly don't want to do. While every given day you can have that at the box, I think it's important to have kind of these outstanding challenges. This one, the Open, is only 5 workouts a year.
Well, the difference between the gym and what you just did in the Open is, like, this was different because, in large part, like, you were accountable to us. Where, like, the gym, you're just accountable to yourself. Like, for the most part, like, nobody's.
Yeah, I agree with that. The Open, I think, for whatever reason, although nobody's looking at your score, you feel accountable to everybody in the world, because I think that everybody's going to be checking my score or whatever. This is the perception I have in my head. And so when I hear people give the old, well, I'm going to do the workouts, I'm just not going to sign up, I'm like,
why? Just do it.
What the heck are you talking about? Why would you not sign up? You just told me you're going to do the workouts. If it's $20, I'll give you $20.
Well, and I think for this, for example, I
might do that next year. Just literally pay for everybody who's going to do it doesn't want to sign up.
You heard it here, CrossFit Rife on Fern. No one signed. No, but I don't get, like, super hyped up. I don't scream or yell. Like, I tend to get hyped up by staying focused. And I was going into that, and I was like, I need something during that to motivate me. And I couldn't think of it. I was like, oh, is it my wife? Is it, like, but it was really just, I wanted, like, we get a couple thousand listeners on every episode that follow. And I wanted to do it to show them, like, hey, you can do something. This is a stupid challenge at the end of the day, right? 50 reps, no big deal. But I wanted to do it to show them, hey, you can just challenge yourself and accomplish something. So that's who I was doing it for. All the best hour listeners.
Well, I think what's cool is that you legitimately put yourself out there. Like,
yeah, if I missed, like, that was.
People are going to know.
Yeah. And we've been talking about this for, 3-4 months, something like that now. And it would have been a lot easier to do this on your own on video and keep pushing it back. Like, this is, in my opinion, probably the worst case scenario.
Well, it would have been worse had you and Dave.
I don't know. I think the other. I think it's his best case. Like, because peer pressure is a thing.
That
peer
helped.
Pressure, I
listening
think the
to you
adrenaline
guys,
helps.
And actually, this was like Rocky IV a little bit, because.
Are you comparing yourself to Rocky Balboa?
I'm comparing myself to Rocky Balboa because I heard a moment in time where Todd was like the announcer, and he was like the fans in Russia when they started cheering for Rocky.
Oh, yeah.
I heard Todd out of the corner of my, I heard him, and he was like, he might do it. He's going to do it.
At 30,
and
I knew you had it, dude.
And
At
I almost
30,
was
I knew
mad.
You had it.
I was almost like, fuck you. Like, I want you to say I can't do it more. But I did feel a little like Rocky when he beat Drago. You know what I'm talking about, Maisley.
I know what you're talking about.
Maisley was like Adrian in my corner from day one. We've been going at this since day one, Maisley, interning in CrossFit Morristown back in the day. But what was your original question?
No, it was kind of on the same note as just the humble piece, right? So, for anybody who thinks that we never get feedback, all 3 of us coached today in front of our peers, and got asked to basically essentially give a demonstration of what effective coaching is supposed to be.
Yeah, do your job, but in front of your peers.
And do it well.
Were you more nervous for this or for that, Jay?
I'll tell you what, this was the first time today coaching that I felt actually confident in going out there.
I agree 100%.
And it took me, all of us have been on staff,
6 years.
6+ years.
So, yeah, so you have 204.
204 seminars.
You have 270.
somewhere.
260, yeah, 260.
But
So 500 seminar, and I'm a 145. So
the feeling I had today
almost 700
would have been very different than the feeling I would have had 2 years ago.
Oh, I remember the feeling 2 years ago. I was petrified.
Yeah, and it's part of it's time under tension, and part of it is just knowing you have to have confidence in what you do. We do it every weekend. I practice, surround myself with other trainers, you guys and a bunch of other trainers that help us get better. And I think today was the first time I was like, fuck yeah, I'm going to coach the hell out of this push press. And I wasn't the least bit nervous.
I wasn't either. And I mean, well,
and Nicole Carroll, by the way, Nicole Carroll came around during mine.
So not, well, Boswatch, so I wasn't nervous, isn't the right statement. I was nervous, but not because I felt unprepared. I'm nervous because I wanted to do well.
Yeah,
right?
You're nervous because you're in front of your peers. We talk about this at level 2s all the time where I'm like, hey guys, by the way, this is going to be the most nerve-wracking experience that you have in your coaching. And we feel your pain because we feel the same way.
Yeah.
Right? And so getting up there, I was confident in what I do. I've done this, a couple hundred times, but I was nervous. I hadn't been that nervous coaching in a long time.
And I'll tell you,
I did go third too, so I tried to push sure.
Yeah. And I'll tell you something else that helped that hopefully resonates with the listeners is now I think I was just on the level 2 staff 2 years ago when we got here, and now I've been on it for those 2 years, and we do something similar every weekend at the level 2 where we coach the group.
Yeah.
And I've done it enough, probably 20 times since then, where I get feedback, and it made me more confident. So I think part of that is attacking what you're not good at and making sure that you're getting feedback all the time.
So what would you suggest people do?
Charlesworth, what's our new website name?
Fitness Business Solutions
for people that want to coach good.
At
.com.
At Fitness Facilities.
Thunder Bros, best hour combining their powers for the longest business title in the history. So on that note, so for people that, so how would you do this? So a lot of the things we get back is like, hey, I'm the only person at my gym. I don't have anybody to give me feedback. Right? They're not lucky enough to be in this environment where you can come and you can show up and there's 200 people here that are really fucking good trainers, right? So like, how does a coach actually get some of this feedback and kind of replicate this environment in their box?
Well, I think we're talking so let's separate the squatting and the push press group,
no,
right?
That's what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the groups.
But I do think in general, what I was going to say about that is, you have to put yourself out there. A lot of people want to set goals. That goal would have been a lot easier in my mind had I not ever spoken about it with you and given myself that out for failure. I had it recently. I was trying to remember where I recently had it, where it was during the Open. I saw a score, 9+4. My buddy Vince, he got 9+4, and he's very fit. And I was like, all right. In my mind, as I approached that round, I was like, it's okay if I slow down because Vince only got this. Had I told you guys my goal is to finish it, my goal is to do this, it would have changed things. So even if it's coaching, you need to tell someone, whether it's us, whether it's your box owner or a friend, I want to get better at this. Put yourself out there, and then you need to find someone. Maybe it's better, if you don't have access to someone better, hey, watch me coach the push press and make sure I do 20 reps with the members. Make sure I give out at least 1 cue per rep. And you could do that via video also.
So if somebody doesn't have that, you give them the goal and just have them count it for you.
Or just videotape yourself. I'll tell you what, when I started giving lectures on staff.
No, bring it up closer.
I took
there you go.
Every lecture that I did for probably my first 100 lectures, I would take my phone with me and record it, and then on my flight home that night, I would listen to my lecture and evaluate what I did wrong. Like 100 times, like the first 100 times that I did that. Because, yes, we get feedback, but we didn't get the detailed feedback that I wanted for myself.
Yeah, I want to hear every word.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I want to know exactly what my filler words are. I felt this weird thing in this transition. How did that go? So you've got to figure out ways to hold yourself accountable.
I like it. And then if you can't, find some friends, throw a challenge down.
Yeah.
And then come and smash the challenge, Jay. That's
smash that challenge. That's what I do. The challenge smasher.
What's it feel to be a professional athlete with sponsorships?
Yeah,
Are you going to start traveling around, you think, doing like
Are you going to give talks? Are you going to give talks?
About overcoming adversity? I heard tomorrow you're going to talk about leadership.
It was going to be Chuck Carswell, but I think Dave Castro wants me to – I got a text. I assume it was from Dave while I was doing that. And he wants me to give a talk on adversity and finding better friends.
Wait a second. Whoever said we were your friends?
That's true. That's true. Well, I'm glad we did it. I'm glad I did it.
Listen,
I'm proud
we
of
didn't
you,
do
man.
anything. We just
You guys sat
we
here.
witnessed greatness.
I'm
is
looking
what we
forward
did.
to hear what it sounds like. I'm looking forward to see the video. And I'm looking forward to partying tonight. Celebrating.
Celebrating, that's a better way
Yeah,
to say it.
celebrating. And on that note,
All right,
All
let's
right.
do
we'll
it.
see you guys tomorrow. Later.
Thanks for listening to Best Hour of Their Day. If you haven't heard about Anchor, it's the easiest way to make a podcast. Let me explain. First of all, it's free. How cool is that? There's a creation tool that allows you to record and edit your podcast right from your phone or computer, so it becomes super simple. Some of these episodes with Fern or Todd or myself chatting with one another, we've done right within the app itself. Anchor will make it easy to distribute your podcast to all platforms, Spotify, Apple, and many more. And you can make money from your podcast with no minimum listenership. It's everything you need to make an awesome podcast in one place. All you have to do is download the free Anchor app or go to anchor.fm to get started today. Come on, who doesn't have Spotify at this point? And if you were unaware, Spotify now is offering podcasts. That's right. On Spotify, you can listen to all your favorite artists, but also podcasts in one place for free. Spotify has a huge catalog of podcasts on every topic, including the one you're listening to right now, Best Hour of Their Day. On Spotify, you can follow your favorite podcasts so you never miss an episode. Premium users can even download episodes to listen to offline wherever you are, something I always do before I hop on a plane. And you can even easily share what you're listening to with your friends on Instagram and other social media platforms. Here's the deal. If you haven't done so already, be sure to download the Spotify app, search for Best Hour of Their Day on Spotify, or browse some other podcasts if you want. You can find them in your library tab. And also make sure to follow me so you never miss an episode of Best Hour of Their Day. Thanks again for listening to Best Hour of Their Day. We hope you enjoyed this episode. And if you did, one more time, please leave us a review on Apple Podcast and send us any feedback you have to @besthouroftheirday on Instagram and besthouroftheirday@gmail.com if you want to shoot us an email. We appreciate you. Thanks again. Have a great rest of your day.